Hi there. It's September 6th and time for Proverbs 6. We're in the 1599 Geneva Bible because it's interesting. And we're paralleling that with the New International Version in case it gets a little confusing. And this today's is about warnings against foolishness or folly. My son, if thou be surety for thy neighbor and hast stricken hands with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art even taken with the words of thine own mouth. Notes here. He forbiddeth us not to become surety for one another according to the rule of charity, but that we consider for whom and after what sort, so that the Creator may not be defrauded. Well, do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. Seeing thou art come into the hand of thy neighbor, go humble thyself and solicit thy friends. Give no sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a doe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of a fowler. Okay. This whole thing is one statement about what we call today co-signing for somebody else's loan. Okay. You have become surety for a stranger. Okay. And it says over here in the NIV, my son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. So do this to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Go to the point of exhaustion and give your neighbor no rest. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of a hunter and a bird from the snare of a fowler. Solomon was very much against co-signing because although you're trying to help a friend, you are pledging security to somebody that you don't know, a complete stranger. Just don't do it, okay? And he says that all over Solomon's, and at least every third book he mentions it. So he felt it very important not to do that. Okay, new paragraph. Go to the pismire, O sluggard, behold her ways, and be wise. Pismire, it says ant. In the word of God, if the word of God cannot instruct thee, yet learn at the little pismire to labor for thyself and not to burden others. That's an ant, okay? Behold the ways of the ant. For having no guide, no governor, nor ruler, prepareth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of the sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. Therefore poverty cometh as one that travelleth by the way, and thy necessity like an armed man. Travelleth. Look at the notes in here. He expresseth lively the nature of the sluggard, which though they sleep never so long, yet have never enough, but never seek occasions thereunto. Right. Weird, huh? What's this note here? Therefore thy poverty cometh as one that travelleth by the way. That is, suddenly, and when thou lookest not for it. Right. Necessity like an armed man. It shall come in such sort thou art not able to resist it. Right. What does that say over here? Poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Right. Don't be lazy, okay? Don't be lazy. Okay, 12. The unthrifty man and the wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. He showeth to what inconvenience the idle persons and sluggards come, by calling them unthrifty, or the men of Belial and slenderous. Weird. A troublemaker and a villain, who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who thinks maliciously with his eyes, signals with his feet, I'm over in NIV, and motions with his finger, plots evil with a deceit in his heart, always stirs up conflict, therefore disaster will overtake him in an instant, and he will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Okay. Just talking about cheaters here. Okay. Therefore thy poverty cometh as one that travelleth by the way, and the necessity like an armed man. Okay. The unthrifty man and the wicked man walketh with a forward mouth, perverse mouth. Okay. Remember, forward always means perverse in the Geneva Bible. He maketh a sign with his eyes, he signifieth with his feet, he instructeth with his fingers. Right. Wink in the eye, nod in the head. Right. This is when two or three people will take advantage of one person, winking at each other and lying to the person and telling them things. Stuff with your fingers. Okay? Lots of that going on. Lewd things are in his heart. He imagineth evil at all times and raiseth up contentions. Therefore shall his destruction come speedily, and he shall be destroyed suddenly without recovery. Right. People that do this are always looking over their shoulders. They're always scared. Okay? And it'll all come crashing down on them. Okay? Every time. Okay, new paragraph. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. His soul abhorreth 7. 6, no 7. And he does this a lot. The Lord abhorreth 7. Ready? Number 1, haughty eyes. Okay. That's people looking down on us, thinking you know everything. A lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. 3. A heart that imagineth wicked enterprises. Right? Heart that devises wicked schemes. Feet that be swift in running to mischief. Feet that are quick to rush into evil. A false witness that speaks lies. You can watch those in most courts today. Right? And him that raiseth up contentions among brethren. That's important. Always important. That is gossip. Okay? Stirs up conflict in the community. You raise up contentions among brethren, or neighbors, or people in your church, or friends in your circle. This is gossip. God hates gossip. That's raising contentions, spreading rumors. Right? 7 things. Okay, new paragraph. My son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not thy mother's instruction. Listen to your parents. Bind them always upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. Read Proverbs 3:3. It shall lead thee when thou walkest, it shall watch for thee when thou sleepest, and when thou wakest, it shall talk with thee. Right. Listen to your parents, bind them always in your heart. Fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. And when you wake, they will speak to you. Right? Well, the commandment is a lantern, and instruction a light, and corrections for instruction are the way of life. But the commandment, he meaneth the word of God, and by instruction, the preaching and declaration of the same, which is committed to the church. Right? Right. Ways of God. Corrections. Apprehensions when the word is preaching. Interesting. To keep thee from the wicked woman and from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Desire not her beauty or in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For because of the whorish woman, a man is brought to a morsel of bread, and a woman will hunt for the precious life of a man. For a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread, but another man's wife preys upon your very life. Is that what it says here? Because of the whorish woman, a man is brought to a morsel of bread, and a woman will hunt for the precious life of a man. Yeah, straightforward, right? Another man's wife preys on your very life. Interesting. 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Another note, meaning that she will never cease till she hath brought thee to beggary and then seek thy destruction. Right? She'll take everything you have and then want to destroy you. Or can a man go upon coals and his feet not be burnt? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife shall not be innocent, whosoever toucheth her. Right? Men do not despise a thief when he stealeth to satisfy his soul, because he is hungry. Lots of notes in here, huh? He reproveth not theft, but showeth that it is not so abominable as whoredom, for as much as theft might be redeemed, but adultery was a perpetual infamy and death by the law of God. Well, meaning for every necessity. Right? You don't despise a thief if he's starving to death and he has to eat, right? But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold, or he shall give all the substance of his house. Right? But he that committeth adultery with a woman, he is destitute of understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Well, faileth in heart. He shall find a wound and dishonor, and his reproach shall never be put away. That is, death appointed by the law. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He cannot bear the sight of any ransom, neither will he consent though thou augment the gifts. Right. Good. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse a bribe, however great it is, right? Jealousy is the worst kind of anger because it involves betrayal of somebody you loved and trusted. And if that betrayal is broken, there is no worse kind of anger. You can't take another man's wife and then say, I'll buy you a new car. I'll give you $1 million. It will not take away the betrayal. Okay? Nothing will suffice that. So, there you have it. Talks about foolish things to do. Right? We didn't highlight too much in here. This is just kind of a read-through on these. We've read through it 13 times. First section is about, this is all about co-signing for somebody else's loan. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Not even for your kids, because you're pledging your credit and your good name to a complete stranger. Okay? In this chapter, they were talking about, or the paragraph. Well, that's a long paragraph, too. Talking about the paragraph. Oh, gee, what I just said. Talking about the ant and how with no rulers or no leaders, they're always working. They're never lazy. They're always gathering food and they're storing it up for the winter. And what happens if you are lazy, right? Poverty will come. And your necessity like an armed man, something you can't resist, right? The unthrifty man and the wicked man walketh with a forward mouth, the perverse man. And cheaters, people that cheat, right? People that cheat other people, they're always looking over their shoulder because they know they're cheating. And that destruction will come quickly, right? And he talked about 7 things that abhor, that the soul of God abhorreth. God abhors. 6 things the Lord hates, the 7 things that are detestable to him, or abhorring unto him. Okay, haughty eyes, think you know it all, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. 3, a heart that imagineth wicked enterprises, a heart that devises wicked schemes, and feet that be swift running to mischief. Right? Like somebody sees a group of people looting a store and breaking the windows, and they run to join them to get some booty, right? Feet running into mischief. A false witness that speaks lies. And him that raiseth up contention among brethren, gossip. God hates gossip, telling rumors, passing on things that you heard that may or may not be true, that sows contentions among your brethren, your neighbors, your church, your family. God detests that. Okay? 7. Next paragraph, listen to your parents, always. Commandment is a lantern, and instruction a light, and corrections for instruction are the way of life. Right? And then it talks about keeping away from other people's spouses. Right? Don't do it. Stay away from another man's wife, another woman's husband. Right? You spark that kind of jealousy, it'll lead to your death, okay? And even in the assembly, it'll lead to your death. And you won't be able to buy your way out of that. So, there you have it. That's Proverbs 6 for September 6th. It's Friday, I believe. A good weekend. This is kind of a short week because of the Labor Day holiday. But stay tuned later. We're day 250 in Ezekiel and the Old Testament on our Through the Bible in a Year. And give us a like if you think about it. But we're just going to keep doing this. See you later.